We could do a prediction poll here. All right, Mountain Lotus Petal for Dennis to start us off. And a Mishra's Bauble for Sam. Going to bauble themselves. Usually this is a do I want to fetch and shuffle the top card of my library away kind of a thing. Now bauble you. So 2 bauble triggers will eventually happen.
Exactly as many as two.
I'll pass the turn and draw 2 cards on your upkeep.
Pass the turn, draw 2 on your upkeep, says Sam. All right, votes are coming in from Twitch chat on who will win this match. We will see what they pick. That's an Otawara, and a Lotus Petal has been sacrificed. Fable of the Mirror Breaker hitting the stack here. Dennis's Sneak and Show list is posted in our Discord server. You can go check that out if you're interested. And a Daze on Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Using the 1 blue mana to brainstorm here during Dennis's main phase.
A normal deck, not playing one of your spicy brews.
Take my turn.
Dennis surprised that Sam is playing a normal deck and not a spicy brew. Yeah, Sam tends to show up with some spicy decks. Usually when Sam wants to farm wins from the room, we'll see Oops All Spells. And we'll see Sam sitting at the 4-0 table hanging out throughout the day. Yeah, nice 3-card pull, yeah.
Card and didn't do anything else.
On your instep. Yeah.
I was talking about, as we were getting started on today's stream, Force of Phil and Eddie the Intern were having a crazy, out-of-control debate about March of the Machine and Aftermath and if we're all happy with the outcome of the story. Well, how do you feel, Twitch chat and YouTube commenters? Are you happy with the March of the Machine story? Are you satisfied? Or are you upset? Or somewhere in the middle? Or do you not give a damn? Where is everybody on this?
Your turn.
This is awkward. Go.
Rob with the best question, what happened? Yeah. Worm Harvester says, I don't care, to be honest. There's something really funny to me about people that are playing Magic for like 20 years and they don't give a damn about the story. Whether the stories are good or not, they just don't care. I do unfortunately have some construction still happening on the building next door to me, and it's really loud, so apologies if that's coming through on my mic, everybody. If I showed you or told you what's going on in the next building, you wouldn't believe it. I've never seen home repairs done in a most inefficient and stupid way, and it's like week 3 of this chaos. They're driving me crazy. The counter Bob says story means nothing when cards they print have just not been fun and pushed me away from playing Magic over the last 5 to 6 years. So card quality rather than story for me. Interesting. Yeah, X-Grave surprised that there is a story.
Yeah, let's go next.
Like, very few fantasy things have good stories, right? I mean, if we're being for real, like, are you ever watch? I haven't watched a Marvel movie in like 8 years at this point, but are you ever walking out of the theater thinking like, "Wow, what a great story"?
It makes copies of itself. You can stifle.
Really unexpected twists and turns in that latest Iron Man, right?
Pass the table.
Yeah, so it'll be 6. So it'll be a 2-2, a 3-3, and a 4-5.
Wero says, "You mean cards haven't been broken and strong recently?" We were talking about this a little bit yesterday at the shop. Like, Magic is just a different game now, and I think this is a mixture of both Wizards messaging on stuff like this and people that are like just not paying any attention because they're all they pay attention to is what goes on in Legacy or Modern or whatever, even Commander. And it's just a different game now. Like, it's just a different game than it was 10 years ago. Like, they don't make the game the same way. It's a different game.
Token will enter. A 3-3 token will enter. A 4-4 token will enter. A 5-5 token will enter. A 6-6 token will enter. And the original.
Fable of the Mirror Breaker ticks up to 2 here for Dennis. Lightning Bolt took out the Goblin Shaman, so no treasures for Dennis. Yeah, the game, like, on almost every metric, is just a better game now than it was 10 years ago. At least the metrics I keep track of. But it's a different game. There's the Ponder for Dennis. X-Grave with the correct take here. Lorcana's story will be flawless. Exactly. 67% favor for Sneak and Show, said Twitch chat as we get started. So we have about 3,500 channel points on the line for this.
Your turn.
We'll keep an eye out for Tokens Engineer. We'll keep an eye out. All right, Reflections of Kiki Jiki now on the board for Dennis. Brainstorm. Hype Train Conductor or Can Man suggesting we get universes beyond Breaking Bad. I never watched Breaking Bad, but it seems interesting.
No, I think you definitely cut a second.
Scalding Tarn comes in.
The way you win against me is turn 1 Delver, turn 2 Double Darcy, keep up Ace Force the entire time.
Slightly scared of price of progress.
All right, getting a basic island. In case of price of progress, says Dennis. You never know what Sam's going to break out. Some spicy stuff going on with Sam.
Keep cantripping.
All right, here's a Ponder for Dennis.
1 second.
Got 4 cards left.
Looks Looks like this Ponder might be responded to. Sam's thinking about it. At least it seems like it.
I've seen just like 12.
Pyroblast on Ponder. Yeah, looks like that's resolving. Engineer says this sneak and show player would give Force of Phil a run for his money. What do you mean by that? You mean I don't know what you're referring to. Oh, beauty of deck and signatures? Yeah. Maybe. What about me? Do my decks look nice? I don't think I've ever gotten a compliment on one of my decks on this stupid channel. You know what? Now that bothers me.
This dude's gonna get there.
Oh, you know the one I've seen as well on some lists is Ethereal. I don't think that's worth it, but I have seen it.
All right, people are giving me pity compliments now.
Yeah, sneak attack.
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, people. I don't know. I think they make fun of my secret lairs behind my back. Sneak attack on the stack. Force of will. Pitching. Oh, little wiggle. What is Sam going to pitch here? A Murktide Regent. Murktide Regent? Can you believe that card, everybody? What's the data looking like these days? Can someone bring up their spreadsheets and tell us how Murktide Regent is doing right now? I haven't checked on that in a while.
I think it's to me it's a more versatile card right now than I run more copies of Power Blast than more, but I'd probably run one myself if I need this Power Blast.
Hype Train Conductor or Can Man pointing out Murktide is so busted they don't allow it in Lorcana. Yeah, Lorcana's not going to have power creep or cards that aren't tournament legal. None of the problems with Magic, for sure. Show and tell happening here. I bet you Sam has a Power Blast. Nope, a Daze. Okay. Floating a blue.
This ancient too.
The white initiative turbo.
Dennis does have the Ancient Tomb and Scalding Tarn available.
Red, white, or red, sort of like red prison moonstone.
Yeah, 2 cards. One of them's a volcanic.
And that feels like appropriate power.
Yep, one of the cards in Sam's hand is a volcanic, obviously. 2 cards in hand. All right, 1 mana floating for Dennis, and the Daze has been paid for. Flusterstorm.
2 copies. 2.
Well, there would be 3 total copies here. I think people like, at least for me, describe Flusterstorm as having like however many copies, but I tend to point out how many total Flusterstorms are on the stack, everybody.
All right.
Felix says we don't have to deal with Pinocchio prison in MTG. Pinocchio. Oh man.
If you're the instant that incentivizes you to play with sorcerer speed, you know, brings them up to the line.
I'll pay for 2.
Pinocchio prison. That's a good one. Just the word Pinocchio is funny.
Self out to a price of progress, maybe.
I got an 8. Alright, shot towers up.
Okay, all the Flusterstorms were either paid for or force of willed, and Atraxa gets put in off show and tell. Sam did not put the volcanic island back into play with show and tell. Just kept it in hand.
Is there a purpose to holding it?
Brainstorm and stuff.
Creature, enchantment, artifact,
I'm in
land,
danger.
and instant. Yeah, these 5.
Okay.
I think Sam's a goner.
My turn.
No, I'm gonna attack you for 2 with this dude. I'm gonna play my Lotus Petal. Go.
Good game.
All right, we're going to game 3.
Okay. Mishra's Bubble?
All right, looks like we're underway. Mishra's Bobble themselves is Sam. Takes a look. Let's see if it gets fetched away or if it gets left there. Want to take a quick moment as we start game 3 to thank some of our new YouTube members, Gabriel Furiol at Common and Rick Berger, an uncommon member on our YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the join button. Join the 90s MTG family officially. Thank you, Rick and Gabriel. All right, a fetch for Sam. High Train Conductor Rocan Man pointing out legacy staples Atraxa, Fable, and Shieldred seem to be making some impact in Standard. Yeah, the I didn't get to watch that much of it, but the Pro Tour coverage over the weekend was pretty cool, and yeah, some legacy staples on tables. But it's kind of funny because the matches I saw were just like both players throwing Atraxas, Shieldreds, Fables, and other 7 drops at each other all game. That format looks crazy right now. Everybody's making blood tokens. It's crazy. It's crazy. Have you ever seen a blood token in a legacy match? Does anybody have a story to tell about that?
Yeah, they're really good.
What's your username on there?
SFF039.
Okay, a brainstorm happening here for Sam. Rasmonaut says hi to everyone from Switzerland. Hello from New York. Thanks for being here.
You learn from mistakes.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go like this.
Okay.
All right, 2 cards go back on top. Pure day now.
I thought only I play that card. What is happening? We're playing a mirror match here?
We're playing a mirror match here.
I've never seen Fair Decks play Preordain.
You've never seen Fair Decks playing Preordain? Come on, Dennis. Of course we have. Right, everybody? Pass, End-step brainstorm for Dennis. End-step brainstorm, everybody. Don't know about that play. You've seen 2 end-step brainstorms so far in this game 3.
From Mr. Beloved Ranger, if you want.
You'll see end-step brainstorms frequently from the Sneak and Show decks, combo decks trying to look for combo pieces. Yeah, Miracles was playing Preordained for a bit. That's right. We've seen it in Delver decks over the years as a 1 or 2 of. Stoneblade decks, 1 or 2 Preordains. What other fair decks have played Preordained? I guess like even like Grixis or Sultai control decks maybe have had 1 Preordain here and there. JW Bender says Storm caused me some significant confusion at one event where a player attempted to put the Storm trigger on the stack and then cast more spells, which was thought to add to the Storm count. Ooh, yeah, that doesn't work.
Yeah, headache.
No, he's like chilling.
I didn't know that he was like his own entity.
No, he's like with her by choice. He like signed up to be on the
I thought it was like Bowu.
Yeah, it's just an end-step brainstorm format now, okay, man. Better get used to it. Defense grid on the stack for Dennis. It's recently been reprinted in Brothers War, and if you're new around here, it's pretty annoying if you're on the Delver side. So Force of Will pitching Murktide.
Trade defense with force. Take that trade any day.
Delver.
Delver comes in for Sam. Yeah, Dennis does play Teferi in this build. Teferi Time Raveler. Yeah, Death Shadow used to play Preordains. Gizlo is right.
Zerda is the best one. Zerda, I'm down for Zerda. Zerda can be the best.
Coming first.
Keith Master Flex, outraged that we're here live on a Tuesday. Yeah, sorry, Keith. It's just the way it is.
Which are both pretty scary.
From all of them.
Yeah, Teferi Time Raveler is quite better than Defense Grid, I would say. Can play some even more defense with it.
Even for the three taps. Even for the three taps. No problem. Like in certain.
And it's a one-sided effect. Odawara played there for Dennis. Delver will not flip.
Flip. Yes. Got it this wrong. 18.
Casablancas with a great question. Do you think staff, meaning staff of the storyteller, is better in a Days Undoing or a Stoneblade shell? My guess, I have not played with staff of the storyteller yet myself. I'm still waiting on some more copies. I have one sitting on my desk here so far. But likely better in a Stoneblade shell. You have the living weapon triggers. You have more token creation in a deck like that with like Shark Typhoon and stuff like that. Usually the Jeskai Days Undoing deck is taking up less room in the deck to make tokens. Right?
That's what I'm saying. If I was designing an unsettling, I would put that card on. Or I would put in Ragavan that makes a Ragavan.
Felix demanding that everyone move on to Fairy Mastermind. Interesting. I would pay attention to what Felix writes in the chat, everybody. Top 4 of the recent monthly.
So chances are that Delver's going to flip next turn.
All right, tapping out. Sneak attack.
Termagant ETB makes a Termagant, and it makes helping itself He has 2 Termagants on 1 card worth playing. It's half. Yeah, it's half of all cards.
Force pitching Flusterstorm on sneak attack. Noteworthy that the Flusterstorm is now gone. Force of Will pitching Atraxa to protect sneak attack here. Pyroblast on Force of Will. Quite a stack. It seems like Dennis is conceding. That sneak attack. No? Sneak attack still on the table. Force of Will. A second Force of Will from Dennis. Protecting sneak attack. Pitching Brainstorm. Sneak attack will resolve. Dennis with no mana open just passes the turn. But one card left in hand for Dennis. Delver trigger. Reveals Pyroblast. Okay. Fetch that away. Doesn't really stop the sneak attack. A Hydroblast could be good here to blow it up. Petty Theft to bounce it potentially and counter it on the way back down. Pithing Needle, potentially. I don't know that Sam has a Pithing Needle, but can shut it off. What other things can Sam really do here? Doesn't have enough permanence to withstand a hit from Emrakul. Wasteland could stop the red. Good point by Arcan Man. I missed that. That is true. Great point. Vindicate says, thanks for amazing content. Thank you for being here. And thank you for the resub with Prime, making Jeff Bezos pay for it.
I love drafting the board.
All right, a Murktide comes in. So it doesn't look like Sam is going to do much to stop this sneak attack now that it's in play. Unfortunately, we may see it get activated. Unless Dennis just doesn't have a creature. All right, it's getting activated. Atraxa comes in. Atraxa triggers. Sam hoping for a complete whiff here somehow, some way. Let's see what happens. No creatures. There's no creatures. Lotus Petal to Ferry. Show and Tells, Sneak Attack, and a bunch of lands and a defense grid. There's a Ponder in there, which could help find another creature. Dennis opting for Show and Tell over Ponder, I guess? Does that make sense? It seems like Dennis might want the Ponder over a Show and Tell right now with Sneak Attack already in play. And another Sneak Attack in hand. And a Teferi Time Raveler. Maybe Dennis has another creature in hand already? What could it be? I mean, if it was Emrakul, you would just put that in with Sneak Attack, right? Or maybe you put Atraxa in first and then hope to find another red for Emrakul. Okay, it looks like the Ponder has been pulled to the keep side, so... It's also interesting to go for Lotus Petal over Defense Grid. I guess just having the extra red mana is better right now. What is the one other card in Dennis's hand? I'm kind of dying to know. So there's an 8/8 Murktide on Sam's side that could successfully block this Atraxa, I guess. To the extent that it could be successful. One card in Sam's hand. Doesn't seem like a relevant one. Plays the island. Taps 3 Teferi Time Raveler. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense to block Atraxa. Alright, Teferi bounces Murktide anyway. But it could have. Atraxa will be going away at end of turn. Plays the Lotus Petal. Teferi Time Raveler on the board. Sam will not be casting any more spells this turn. Okay, here's a Ponder for Dennis, who's, I guess, just looking for Emrakul at this point. Ponder Shuffle. Rosema, thanks for the follow. Welcome.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm
Fine dumping 3 cards to make a short throw.
I don't know what to do. Firing off like wastelands and like power blasting my cantrips. And I'm just like, you both my things. I'm starting back taking hits.
All right, attack for 7. No blocks. No further creatures this turn, it seems. Traxel will die. Pass the turn. Kills Teferi Time Raveler. Makes sense. Hydroblast to blow up Sneak Attack would be not even that exciting here with another Sneak Attack in hand. Another creature could just end the game.
Stay Saturday night. I can find my way back from the game. Let me find out what.
No, it was he knows it happened.
Sorry, I'm likely gonna lose, but I feel like playing. Target Brainstorm.
Mystic Sanctuary put Brainstorm on top. Sam says I'm likely going to lose, but let's play it out. Draws the Brainstorm. No. Brainstorm just on top. Missed what happened there. Okay, so just put the Brainstorm on top, cast a Murktide. No counters on it, looks like.
Stops your thought to cast or monitor.
There's a chance that Dennis just doesn't find more creatures. It's possible. Defense grid. Don't think we care about that at this point. Brainstorm for Dennis, who is looking for a creature. Any creature. Emrakul just ends the game.
Hey, I play that on rare. I'm playing team or no. So I play against 4 colors. Usually honestly, I mean, that game brought to my
I figured you needed something else.
and then reanimates usually. I usually win that.
Alright, fetching those cards away. Maybe Sneak Attack got shuffled away here. Maybe. Another Volk.
So it begins. Sees himself. I see a bunch of reanimate spells while I'm going for a creature in the yard. You know, certain plays that he draws the into, and I force it.
Alright, Fable of the Mirror Breaker comes in. Could potentially draw Dennis some cards next turn. Casting the Brainstorm as Sam.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
So 6 power on the board for Sam. Take 3 swings and a fetch to win this game. Not sure if Bolt is in the deck post sideboard. potentially... What does Sam need here? I mean, with 3 mana open, can counter stuff with free spells like Daze or Force of Will. Daze is not really relevant at this point in the game. And pay for defense grid. But with sneak attack already on the table, I don't know how necessary that is or how important that is. Just gonna swing away. Swing for 6. Okay, Dragon's Rage Channeler. That could speed up the clock a bit if Sam could get Delirium. Bolt Hue, Surveil. Okay. So there was a Lightning Bolt in the deck post sideboard. 2 types in the graveyard now, and potentially Sam could potentially win this if Dennis doesn't find a creature this turn. I think if Dennis found a creature, we would just see skip to combat step and end this thing right now. Even if Sam has a stifle for Annihilator, this game is probably over. Okay, making a treasure.
Sneak attack.
Yeah.
Backup sneak attack. Okay. Passing the turn. Is Sam going to win this game? This game that seemed just unwinnable? Dragon's Rage Channeler. Oh, another Murktide. Okay. That pumps the original by 2. But no Delirium now. Is that enough? 5, 6, 7, 8? 4 plus 5 is 9. Dennis will go down to 1.
That was really
I mean, against.
Oh, yeah.
Dennis hoping for a creature. Doesn't look like one was drawn, but Reflections of Kiki Jiki hits the board now. Atraxa, okay.
Yeah, sure, whatever. I'm gonna block with this Murktide.
We're not sure. Getting Electrolyte?
Atraxa's ability hits the stack. Emrakul is in there, and there's a fist bump and a handshake at the same time. That is the match. Dennis gets it. Dennis gets it.